Right now to take you up to Skyfox overhead downtown LA, where there's been a number of disturbances following the celebratory Dodgers parade that just wrapped up. This was something that we were looking forward to all morning long. Let's go straight up to Stu in Skyfox. After this joyous celebration, now what are we seeing, Stu?
Well, Sandra, there was a couple of groups out here, but this one probably was the one that was the most destructive. Now, it started out with a group of about 200 rebel rousers. Let's go use that for a term. But then after an incident, let's kind of like rewind it a little bit here. Actually, somebody was very seriously injured about a block away from here. Now, they are not really 100% sure how that person was injured, but we believe that that person actually fell from a building while they were at the intersection over here at 8th and Flower and 8th Street in this intersection right there. Now, there is also a Waymo in that intersection that has been vandalized. There was nobody in that car when all that was going on, but somebody had fallen off of this building right here, or that's what we believe. Severe head trauma, and that crowd surrounded that person when they were on the ground. LAPD made the calls very quickly when they saw a large amount of blood coming from that person's head. Now, the fire department got there pretty quickly, or as quickly as you could imagine. One paramedic, I felt really bad for that guy. He basically probably just got the call that something was going on, possibly a man down, but when he realized what was going on, he really started that double time, rushing to do what he can to help that person. They got him in the ambulance, they got him out, and LAPD got in that area. And then the crowd kind of split up into two directions. What we're showing you right here, this is going to be Flower and 9th Street. This portion of the crowd seems to be a little bit more defiant. They come up to the officers, quite getting in their face more than once. We saw some shoving, we saw some pushing, but LAPD, they responded with less than lethal at least twice that we have seen so far. We also hear that they've been taking rocks and bottles from that crowd. Again, this is not, they're not looting to the point where we're seeing breaking windows, but definitely being very, very defiant towards law enforcement. Now, that crowd that you're seeing right there, some of that is actual people just walking through the neighborhood, but a good portion of that is going to be that defiant crowd that we're celebrating earlier on this morning, then now turning into something else. You've got a couple of motorcyclists out there as well, doing tricks, doing performance, and basically revving up the crowd, as it would be, in more than one instance. So right now, LAPD, they are trying to get this under control, but how do you do it? You've got that fine line between, are they celebrating, are they being defiant, are they being violent? So LAPD, they're working just to try to move that crowd around, and hopefully they'll start peeling off and become smaller and smaller and possibly lose that steam of that aggression.
This is always the big concern, Stu, whenever we have a celebratory moment like this where it drew in, what was the estimate, 100,000 people around the downtown LA area to really celebrate the Dodgers bringing home the World Championship title, and then the crowd dispersal is the big issue right now. We did see moments ago a man in a wheelchair actually purposefully go into the line of police that were trying to aid people to disperse. So we don't know what the situation was right there. And then, as you mentioned, that non-lethal use of force. Do we know of any arrests at this point?
We haven't seen any arrests, but, you know, you did point out something that is very important. You know, we're talking 100,000 people out here in the downtown Los Angeles area celebrating, and this is the crowd that is creating problems. Right now, we've been hearing the numbers up to 200, and I agree with the officers. When they first arrived here, that one intersection of 8th and Flower was very, very full of people, and there was definitely damage done to a Waymo. We can't actually show you it, but of that 100,000, this is the small crowd that's creating the problems. That's actually, I would say, to be very good. But that being said, officers, they still need to control this situation.
All right, Stu, well, we appreciate your coverage and staying on top of that. Of course, we will be keeping a watchful eye on this and have more coverage for you later this evening on Fox 11.